Hi guys, this year has been terrible for the hospitality sector. Now 2020 saw lockdowns which drove some in the sector out of business. There was a slight recovery in 2021 as restrictions were eased, and representatives of the industry said that the beginning of 2022 showed some signs of hope. But inflation and energy prices are driving many businesses in the hospitality sector to the wall. Unless there's extended government support, this means more pain and more job losses. The Nighttime Economy Advisor for the Greater Manchester area spoke to the PM programme about what the sector is currently facing. Have a listen.
Well, Sacha Lord is the Nighttime Economy Advisor for Greater Manchester and chair of the Nighttime Industries Association. I asked if he thought the hospitality industry was in crisis.
I don't want to be over dramatic, but my prediction, Ben, is that in January, February, March, we are going to see more closures than ever before on record. And I think if we think back, 2 Christmases ago, the entire sector was shut. Then last year, there was a raft of cancellations due to a spike in Omicron. But actually in 22, we started off with a slight, I'd say, air of optimism, looking forward to paying off a lot of the debt that businesses accrued during COVID. We probably thought the only huge issue actually would be staffing it, many leaving the industry or not being able to return due to Brexit. But actually, it's been a catastrophic year of firefighting, inflation all-time high, costs rocketing. Just to give you a simple idea, oil in a fat fryer now is currently more expensive than unleaded petrol. And we're now seeing energy bills up to 400% higher than this time last year. So coming into December, when you can take up to possibly a third of the whole of your annual income, we were sidelined by train strikes, which actually resulted in endless cancellations, even outside of the strike periods, because people had an uncertainty when it came to planning. So New Year's Eve, the big day is probably the final opportunity. Well, not probably, definitely is the final opportunity to actually try and take some cash to help with cash flow through Q1, which is always the quietest period of the year.
Presumably you want energy support to continue into 2023 for businesses.
Absolutely. And I've got to be completely honest with you. I was horrified this morning to read that has suggested that the government are actually going to halve the support that's currently in place come April. I mean, that would just be, if that happened, you might as well just put the close sign on thousands of restaurants, pubs and bars across the whole of the UK.
This is something that the government had originally planned to provide extra support to businesses, but Jeremy Hunt has decided instead that he's going to cut that support, or he's at least mentioned that there is a plan to cut that support, which, the result of that would be that businesses will close. Now, the government are saying that they want to grow the economy, that they're providing support, but if these businesses don't get the support they need, they can't, as he was pointing out in the interview here, they can't sustain these costs. The fact that cooking oil is more expensive than unleaded petrol. The fact that energy prices have gone up 400%. For the average person, for residential use, that's one thing you can try and cut back on. You say, okay, I'll turn off the lights or I'll turn off the heating. But if you're running a business, you can't do that. You need to operate, and you need to operate expensive equipment. You need to operate heating systems. You need to have lights on. You can't be like a residential user. And if you keep cutting back and it's not enough, then you have to raise prices. And if you raise prices, you risk losing customers. If you lose your customers, then you're going to be out of business. And what happens? You lay off workers. The workers are not paying they're not paying contributions to the exchequer. And if the businesses close, they're not paying taxes into the exchequer either. So the economy will gradually contract even further. And this is sort of baked in. It seems that the Conservative government have decided, well, we're just going to let these businesses go to the wall because we know that there is a recession on at the moment and we're not interested in trying to prop up these businesses. This is just going to make the situation worse. It's going to increase the requirements of the Department of Work and Pensions to provide support for people on benefits. And where is this money going to come from? It'll either be increased taxation or borrowing. But borrowing is extremely expensive at the moment. It's very difficult for the UK government to borrow more. Or it's going to come through taxation. But the Conservatives at the moment don't seem interested in taxing the richest in society. They would prefer to tax everyone else. The hospitality sector is extremely important. It represents a massive section of society, of the economy, and it needs to be supported. Otherwise, it's going to be extremely damaging to the economy, and it's going to result in the layoff of hundreds of thousands of people. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.